Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to the first episode of living in a hot tent for the winter. I've actually been staying in it for a while, and then I had to leave for Thanksgiving, so I left for a whole week. It's still here, been here the whole time. This is the cheapest hot tent you can buy on Amazon, and it's the cheapest stove you can buy on Amazon that actually has an active working damper and a few other things that make it safe to actually run inside of a tent. On top of that, tonight we're going to be having a nice soup cooked on top of the wood stove in there. Some coffee cooked on top of the wood stove in there. Everything's going to be done in there tonight. We're going to kind of talk about how it's working out. Do I like it? Do I not like it? Now that I can give you guys an honest review of it. And I'm leaning towards the not liking it side, to be honest with you. But we're going to be mostly hanging out there today. I think I'm also going to work on making my spoon. And I've got a few other things I want to show you guys. Right here in this area, so you see this is kind of like my kitchen table kind of area. So this is going to become my outdoor kitchen. This is my drying rack. I'm going to build out an outdoor kitchen right here in this area with a roof and stuff, and a place to hang out and stuff when it's raining and stuff like that. I've got my gear storage currently here. I want to move that under there, so it's going to kind of end up being this little area in between these trees here with a tarp for a roof and a wall to the north side to keep the north wind off. And we're going to use these tree limbs I've cut down here to do that. You see I have the truck backed in here, got the cooler open. Sipping on some Coronas today, but this is going to be the first episode of many done in the hot tent. We're going to do catch, clean, cooks, coming back to the hot tent, all kind of stuff like that, because I'm living in a hot tent for the winter. And tomorrow, the fun part about that is we have Torcon 7 tornadoes and stuff coming, so that should be real fun. We'll see how the tent holds up during it. I don't know if I'm going to stay the night through that. I thought about it, and that would be one of those hunker down situations. There's a lot of trees. That just doesn't seem smart, and I have the ability to go stay at a house, so I'm probably just going to go stay at a house and not worry about the tent. I mean, we'll come back and check on the tent and make sure the tent's still here. I just think it's too dangerous to try to stay in that tent with Torcon 7 out of 10 chances of tornadoes and stuff like that. That just does not seem like a smart thing to do. So we'll probably just leave it. But I'll make that decision tomorrow before the tornadoes get here. I guess you guys will see if I stay through tornadoes out here. But I'm going to get all my vegetables and stuff cut up. Tonight we are having shrimp and sausage soup. I'm a big fan of soup, especially during the winter. So it should be good and hearty and tasty. I really like soup, so should be all good there. And yeah, so I'm gonna give you guys a little tour of the actual setup inside. Of course, we got our general fire pit here that normally has that grate on top of it, but it's just out of the way for now since we're not cooking out here. And then on the inside, we have our bed set up with our chargers and stuff over there. A little bit of kitchen stuff there. Of course, that's my coffee pot on top of that stove. And then our hardcore hatchet and our fire starting stuff over here with a lantern there, a lantern up there, and then of course stovepipe goes through there. The only thing I don't really like about this tent is what you can't tell here. If you see in my shorts, normally you can see light coming through the bottom. You can see right here, it's got leaves piled up against it. That is to keep light from coming, air and light from coming through, because this thing doesn't touch the ground all the way when it's fully secured to the ground. So I had to go through and stuff some leaves all the way around the bottom to help keep air out. Besides that though, it's okay. It's very small, great one person tent. It says it's supposed to be 2 to 4 people. Maybe without the stove I could see it being 2 people because you sleep one on this side of the pole and one on that side of the pole, but with the stove it's really a one person tent. 2 people if you really like them and you want to cuddle right here. But that's the setup there. Nice little, just a little teepee style tent. Like I said, good for one person. So I'm gonna get to cutting up my vegetables and stuff and getting my soup kind of ready to go on, and then I'll start a fire in there. Once the sun goes down, it starts to cool off, and we'll get to cooking. Here we've got our shrimp and sausage soup ready to go. It's got potatoes, carrots, onions, celery, shrimp and sausage all cut up in it, ready to go. And potatoes, which I'll make sure if I can get this to focus on my finger. Ooh, well, come on now. There it is. Watch out for them frozen shrimp tails, because they sure will get you. That joker cut my finger up pretty good. Didn't expect that. But yeah, so this will all go on the wood stove here in a little while when it's time to cook. I just went ahead and got it all cut up, and it's just waiting to cook. It's gonna make some awesome soup. Cajun seasoning on top, a little tequila lime seasoning, a little garlic powder. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. You let it cook for a couple hours, real slow, till the potatoes are tender. It is awesome. So I'm gonna sit around and hang out for a little while, get the fire going in the wood stove, get this on there, and relax. I'll see you guys when it's time to eat. All right, guys. So I picked up this new knife. It's called the Swedge knife. It's by Camulus. I really like their brand. They've always been pretty decent knives to me. It's like $17 at Walmart, and said it is supposed to be great for batoning wood. I've got it right here. It's very heavy, it's very hefty, very thick. It's actually even got almost a like file backing to it. Like I can see you attempting to use this as a file. It feels very much so like a file, or a rasp, even a rasp. Probably more of a rasp than a file. And it is very, I don't know if you guys can tell, very heavily wedge shaped. My plan is that since we're making soup, to take this piece of pear, baton it in half with this Swedge knife, and turn it into a spoon using my bushcraft knife and my Mora. This knife actually carves really well, but so does the Mora. It's in my truck. I gotta go get it out, and turning this into a spoon because we're having soup. So I'll let you guys know how this goes, and I'll keep you updated on how well this knife works as far as processing firewood and batoning this piece of wood in half to make a spoon out of it, or maybe a couple of spoons. I might make one or two, but we'll see how this works, and I'll let you guys know if it's worth the $17 price tag. And so far it's real heavy, it feels real good, comes with a plastic sheath that it fits really good inside of, belt loop, because it's one of the clip-on ones. It's actually not a solid belt loop, so you know, you slide it over or whatever. But so far I like it. It's a decent blade for what it is. You know, if it batons wood really well, it's perfect to have around in your little wood processing area, I guess you could call it. So we're gonna see how this does, and I'm gonna make a spoon. All right, guys. So the knife works really well for batoning. I batoned some firewood with it. It worked really well. It's holding up well. But even with an axe, even with the hardcore hatchet, I cannot seem to baton through or split that piece of pear. I don't know why. I mean, I have no clue. So we're not making a spoon. I'm just gonna use the spoons I have. I promise you guys I will make a spoon as soon as I can get a piece of pear to split. I'm probably gonna have to go use my actual splitting maul. Actually, I have to go use a splitting maul to split it. So I will definitely split it, and we will definitely carve a spoon as soon as I can get some to split, because that's really what I want to make it out of. So until then, it is what it is. I'm gonna use a regular one, but this right here, it works well. I beat the crap out of it. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I beat the crap out of it. Even hit it with the old hardcore hatchet a couple times to see if I could force it to go through that piece of wood, and it wouldn't. It did go through firewood just fine. I mean, I beat up the outside of this hammer pretty good. It's got some marring on it from hitting that spline back, but I didn't want to tear up the splines on the back of that too much, so I quit doing that. We're just not gonna be able to make a spoon today. So I'm just gonna keep cooking supper and hang out. I'll let you guys know when it's time to eat, and I'll try to split a piece of that pear with a splitting maul and see if we can get it done so we can make a spoon. I know somebody out there's gonna say, well, use oak. I don't want to use oak. I want to use that pear because I have that pear and I think it would be cool. So Well, as soon as I get a piece of pear that I can actually use, split down, we'll do that. And try to use a smaller piece to split it with originally. We'll see. Maybe I was just trying to use too big of a piece, but I'm gonna keep working on the soup. I'll see you guys in a little while. Tell you what, guys, we are starting to look real good on the soup. It smells amazing. And so hopefully it will be super good. Fire just a chooching. We're cooking. God, I'm hungry. I wish I'd hurry up. All right, guys. My soup, hold on. My soup is done. It looks really good. Hopefully it tastes really good. Guess y'all will find out here in just a second. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Very hungry. Oh yeah. Yeah, that is righteous soup. So what's in this soup is pork and pineapple sausage, shrimp, potatoes, carrots, onions, celery, and mushrooms, and seasonings. It is fantastic. I'm gonna sit here, enjoy me some soup. I've got it pulled off the fire. Here, I'll show you guys. Oh, I've got it pulled and set off the fire right here. You can see it. About to put coffee on here in a little bit. Just kind of my little setup here, wood pile again. There's my wood pile and kind of where I chop it up and stuff. You can see there's some chopped up pieces there. And we got our soup, and then I've got a light there and an extra light there in case I need it. Fire's just a chooching, keeping me warm. It's actually so warm in here, I've actually got the door open. So yeah, we're gonna sit here and enjoy dinner, and yeah, I'll probably just see y'all in the morning. We'll talk a little bit more about the shelter. And like I said, we've got a big storm coming up tomorrow night. I don't know if I'm going to stay out here or retreat back to a house. The smart and safe thing would be to retreat back to the house. So we'll probably retreat back to the house and just see if the tent holds up without us being here. So I'm going to finish eating my grub, and I'll see y'all in the morning. All right, guys, I just wanted to jump back on here. I know I said I was going to bed, but that soup was just so good. I had to jump back on here and tell y'all, if y'all want the recipe, I will definitely give it to you. Just ask. And on top of that, it would be really good on some rice. I wish I'd have made some rice to make it a little more hearty. Probably make it stick with you a little longer so you don't have to eat as much of it. On top of that, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for watching. Please tell your friends about us. Subscribe, like, comment. God bless y'all. And I'll see y'all in the morning. Alright, guys, the shelter did great last night. I had to run home, shower, change clothes and stuff, and get ready for this storm that's coming in, which is pretty much here now. I'm pulling the stove jack. We're going to seal up the tent, leave everything in it, and see how it does through this Torcon 7 thunderstorms and possibility of tornadoes. It's too dangerous to stay in it. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Y'all remember to like and subscribe. Y'all stay frosty, and I'll see you next time. Rain's here. I'll be praying for y'all, y'all praying for me.